only on Christ 17 TV, back upside Joe head with another one. Today, we got episode 10 on Major League Players I grew up on. MLB Players I grew up on, episode 10. And today we have a treat for you. We have Mr. Expo himself, Mr. Tim The Rock Reigns, Hall of Famer 2017, seven-time All-Star, 23 years in the league, 90 steals, 97 walks in 1983. Are you shitting me? 90 steals and 97 walks in the same year is crazy. 6 years with over 70 steals. He ended up with 808 steals. Okay, he had 113 triples, 430 doubles, 170 home runs. He was one of the most. Okay, to me, Rickey Henderson's the greatest leadoff hitter of all time that I've ever laid my eyes on. Second is Tim Raines. His stance was so crazy. He'd be low. Let me get the bat. He'd be low like this. Low to the ground. And that motherfucker, boy, he was something else. He was something else. Let me see. He also was a 4-time stolen base champ from 81 to 1984. He won the batting championship in 1986. One of the best switch hitters, leadoff guys in history of the game. He was a 3-time world champ. Now, check this out. He won it with the Yankees in 96, 98, and then he won it as a coach for the Chicago White Sox. That was in 2005 when the White Sox had that fucking year when they just couldn't be stopped and they won the fucking World Series. The Expos retired number 30. And he debuted in 1979 for the Montreal Expos. And let me say this. I had a lot of his cards. And between him and Rickey Henderson, boy, I'm telling you, once they got on base, oh my God. Are you shitting me? That guy was different. That guy was different. If you didn't look over there, he was definitely gone. Even if you peeked and you threw over once or twice, you would just make him mad and he would take off and he was still second and third on you. The guy was phenomenal base runner. I mean, he would go first to third on stuff nobody else could have went on but maybe Rickey Henderson and Vince Coleman and maybe Willie McGee. But this guy was incredible, man. I'm talking about Mr. Expo himself. He played on the White Sox for years. He played on the Yankees. And he played for his last game was for the Florida Marlins in 2002. He's a Hall of Famer, boy, 2017. But his speed, he was a hell of an outfielder. I mean, you talking about covering ground in the outfield, you couldn't get you wasn't hitting shit in the gap. He was chasing that shit down with ease. And when I'm talking about one of the best switch hitters in the game, he was just as good from the right side as he was good from the left side. And he would bunt on you. I mean, he would bunt for singles like nobody's business. I mean, it would be ridiculous. I mean, the guy was fucking half man, half amazing. You want to fucking ask me. I mean, to steal over 70 bases, 6 years. 6 years with over 70 steals. Had 90 steals in 1 year with 90 fucking 7 walks in 1983. That was what his fourth year in the league. And with the Expos, he was dynamic, man. He's probably definitely the greatest Expo of all time in my book. There's no bigger name when you say Montreal Expos than Tim The Rock Reigns. I mean, fucking amazing guy to watch. And like I said, after Ricky fucking Henderson, he's the greatest leadoff hitter. There's no comparisons. You could say Vince Coleman, you could say this guy, you could say that guy, but I'm going Ricky 1, Tim Raines 1A. Like, that's how close the shit was. But Ricky had a little bit more pop in his bat than Timmy did. But Timmy was a motherfucking, he was an animal out there, a fucking stone cold beast. I mean, he won the stolen base champ in his, what was it, his second year, his third year, his fourth year, and his fifth year. And this is the same years that Ricky Henderson is in the league. And he is winning it. I mean, the kid was phenomenal, man. The kid was phenomenal. This is crazy. But, you know, it's just something I had to throw up there real quick because I did a thing on my channel today called the Top 5 Montreal Expos of All Time. If you haven't seen it, go to my page, check it out. Leave in the comments your top 5. Like, everybody was like, you forgot this guy, you forgot that guy. Well, that's your top 5. This is my personal top 5. I watched all these guys play. And, you know, when you got a guy like Tim Raines, and then you got guys that also came up like Vladimir Guerrero, you had Tim Wallach. I mean, you had some players there, some fucking players there that played their ass off. You had Larry Walker, but I think Larry Walker had a lot of time with the Rockies too. So I would have to put Larry Walker probably in my top 5 Colorado instead of fucking Expos. I mean, that's just me. That's what I think. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I get it, but to me, nah. So if you haven't seen my top 5 Montreal Expos, go ahead, check it out. Let me know what you think. But this was MLB Players I Grew Up On, episode 10 with Tim The Rock Reigns, Hall of Famer, 7-time All-Star, 23 years in the league. One of the best players I ever seen play the game. One of the best switch fucking hitters. 3-time champ, 2 of my Yankees. He helped us get a ring. He was a big part of that team in 96 and definitely a big part of that team in 98. Some great at-bats, some great plays, some big runs scored. And he debuted in 1979, a year after I was just 1 year old. And he retired in 2002. He played his last game with the Florida Marlins. Believe that, right? Believe that. You start with the Expos and you finish with the Florida Marlins. How crazy is that? But hey, he played 23 years, was a great guy, won a ring as a coach for the White Sox, and today he's about, I want to say about 66, 67, somewhere in their age range. But thank you, Mr. Rock, Tim Raines, for being a great person to watch growing up as a big fan, watching MLB, and you were one of the best I've ever seen do it, and I salute you. Thank you, Tim Raines. This one is for you. Episode 10, Major League Players I Grew Up On. Drop your 5 of greatest Expos of all time on my page. I got it. Check it out. You'll love it. Until then, it's Christ 17 TV. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Won't cost you a dime. And like I tell you every time about this time, Tim The Rock Reigns, Hall of Famer, episode 10. Catch you guys on the flippity flip side, baby. Christ 17 TV. Back at you again with another one. Episode 11 coming real soon, so stay tuned. And if you have anybody you want to see Leave it in the comments and I will get to it for sure, for sure.